We are now live with the winning connections of the Grey Goose Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies turf. And the winner, of course, Stephanie's Kitten, seated left to right, or to our left to right, that is trainer Wayne Catalano, co-owner Ken Ramsey, who, of course, co-owns along with his wife, Sarah. Next to Ken is the person who has provided the name Stephanie's Kitten, Ken's granddaughter, Stephanie. And next to Stephanie is her dad, Jeffrey. And congratulations to all of you. Wayne, Breeders' Cup win number 3 for you from just 9 starters, all 3 with 2-year-old fillies. Of course, you had Dreaming of Anna back in 2006 and She Be Wild in 2009, both in the Juvenile Fillies on the dirt. For Ken and Sarah, this is Breeders' Cup win number 2. They, of course, won the 2009 Dirt Mile with Furthest Land, but it is Ken and Sarah's first win as a breeder in the Breeders' second. That's right. But this is your first win as a breeder, correct?
As a breeder, yes.
Oh,
yes.
okay, good. Yes. Very good. Congratulations to all of you. And Wayne, I'm going to start with you. You won the Alcibiades with Stephanie's Kitten. You thereby won a Breeders' Cup Win in Your In event to the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies, a race you're no stranger to. But you elected to stay on the turf. Obviously, it was the right decision, but discuss the decision with us if you would.
Well, it only crossed my mind for about 1 second. Then I thought it was Kitten's joy. We got to go grass. Don't even look at the racing form. Don't look at the matchup. Just stick with it. This is what she's supposed to do. Don't get creative, and it worked. And I thank Mr. Ramsey and Mrs. Sarah Ramsey for the opportunity. And we got a heck of a staff, and my wife support. Great.
Ken, I don't know where you watched the race from, if you had a good view or not, but did you see the race well? And if so, did you think you were in good position all the way around there? It looked like there was a lot of horse under John Velasquez at all times.
Churchill Downs was kind enough to put us in the winner's circle, my entire family, to watch it right where we should have been on that particular race. So I had a great view. And John said he had absolute confidence in the filly, and she landed about 5th or 6th down the back stretch. All I wanted her to be able to do was to get through, and she got through. I thought she'd have the kick, and it's a belated birthday present. Yesterday was my 76th birthday, so didn't win yesterday, but today makes up for it.
And Stephanie, what's it like having a Breeders' Cup winning horse named after you?
Amazing.
And getting more amazing by the day. We'll offer anybody upstairs the opportunity to ask questions by going over to Angie right in the middle of the room. I'm just going to throw a question out to Ken or Wayne. Your horse has now won a Grade 1 on the synthetic at Keeneland. You've won a Breeders' Cup race here. Depending on what happens later in the day, I guess in about an hour from now in the Juvenile Fillies on dirt, you think your horse deserves some consideration for a 2-year-old filly championship?
Absolutely, I do. I don't know if there should be 2 awards or not, one for the turf fillies and one for the dirt fillies, but there's a couple of them in there that's undefeated. If they should win, it'd probably be close, but I think we definitely should be considered.
You've already proclaimed it a slam dunk. You don't even need to see the next race.
That's my man.
I have a gentleman told me after we won Alcibiades, if you win the Breeders' Cup Turf Filly, you'll win the championship, and I believe in him.
That wasn't my father who said that. Wasn't me, I said that. But I'm signing on to it.
Yeah. And Wayne, lastly, I mean, I think I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, what's your secret with 2-year-old fillies? You're obviously masterful, not just with that division of horses, but perhaps particularly so. What is it that has gotten you to these 3 Breeders' Cup wins, all with that same age and sex?
First of all, I have to thank the owners who give me the opportunity with these fillies. I don't know how I got stamped with that other than winning with them like we did, but have an opportunity that these great people give me to train these horses, and the staff behind me, it was like old school. We had it done before, and it's been working. We stay with it, and I hope they continue to send me great fillies.
All right, we'll get a microphone over to Tom. Jeff, I know wagering is in the Ramsey genes, but Stephanie, not legally able to place a wager. Did you perhaps act as an agent on her behalf today here at Churchill Downs?
Oh, maybe. Yes, actually, I did. Not as large as my cousin Steve back there, but pretty good.
All right, we'll go with Tom.
Either of you could answer the question, Wayne Catalano or Mr. Ken Ramsey. You said after she won the Group 1 at Keeneland, the thought crossed your mind for one split second. She's by Kitten's Joy, so grass is her deal. Now that she has won this race on the grass, are you committed to racing her in the grass in your sophomore year?
Well, we'll leave the options open for dirt, but as long as they got good grass races out there, she'll probably run on the grass. If the race was poly, we'd have to think about it. But since it was dirt or grass, it was a no-brainer.
These Kitten's Joys are winning around the world. We just ran an ad. They've won on 5 continents in the last 2 months. So, but primarily they're synthetic and turf. That's where they run the best. So, but we'll keep our options open. And if an opportunity arises, we think we got a spot we can win in on the dirt. Nothing I'd like better.
Mr. Ramsey?
Yes, ma'am.
I understand you name horses for all your grandchildren. How do you decide who gets which horse, and how did Stephanie get this particular horse?
Well, this is kind of ironic. Last year, we named all the Kitten's Joys, the first 2 crops. We put Kitten in their name. And she got left out. Unintentionally. I had no idea she got left out. She came up and said, "Granddaddy, I didn't get a horse named after me." So this year, we thought we'd run the name Kitten in the ground, so everybody's getting tired of it, so we didn't name any of them Kitten except for her. So this is the only 2-year-old that was originally named Kitten's Joy. Now, since they started running so well, it's kind of become a brand name, and I got criticized for, we had one named Gung Ho. A lady at a party says, "I want to criticize you and I want to compliment you." She says, "Great advertising campaign on the kittens," but she said, "You should have named Gung Ho Kitten." So now we had 6 that was unraced. We've gone back and changed all their names. So now all the rest of them are going to be kittens.
Oh, behind me.
Mr. Ramsey, I think you might have had an opportunity to sell this horse. Did you have offers on this horse, and what made you keep her? You like this one a lot, I think.
Yes, we did. The gentleman called up and he said he didn't make an offer. His agent made the offer initially, and then he called back and talked about the horse and said his wife was named Stephanie and he'd like to buy the horse. No price was discussed at that time between he and I. But I said, how would I feel, sitting up in the stands if she should win the Breeders' Cup? He told me he wanted to run her in this race. And my granddaughter sitting there with me, and he's leading the horse in with his Stephanie instead of me. So it was a no-brainer. The horse wasn't for sale. Just like the stallion's not for sale either. He's a family pet also.
Wayne, we don't have John Velasquez with us because he has a mount in the Filly and Mare Sprint, but what did he tell you about his trip when he climbed off?
Well, actually, I didn't get to speak with him a whole bunch, but he said he had a great trip, and he was very happy that he could win for us. And Mr. Ramsey, I was just happy that he chose our horse over the other 2 or 3 opportunities that he had. I felt good about it. And Johnny had other, mounts in the race, and he waited an extra couple days for an answer. And we was happy that he's going to stay with our horse. So we felt good about that.
Yeah, in fact, he mentioned on TV, Wayne, that he looked in front of him at one point, saw Stop Shopping Maria in front of him still, seemingly with a lot of horse, and said to himself, "Oh my goodness, I took off the wrong horse." Do you as trainer, or perhaps you, Ken, as owner, do you make your best case to the rider why he should stay with you rather than ride for Mike Rapoli or somebody else?
When he got off down at Keeneland, I asked him, and I said, "We need to know something. We don't want to get shortchanged at the last minute searching for a good jockey." And he said, "I have a lot of input into who I ride myself." So he says, "Let me ride the other kitten." It was another Kitten's Joy in the race today also, a Sweet Cat. I don't know where she finished. I was excited about mine. I have no idea who finished second. But John and I go back a long way. This race, to me, puts me right up on a par with the race that John Velasquez rode for me in Dubai. We won the Dubai World Cup with John Velasquez. So that's a big payday over there. So top-class jockey. trainers like Wayne Catalano and jockey like John Velasquez makes the owners look good.
Well, Sweet Cat ran third, so in some
Ran
ways
third?
it was a Velasquez
Great.
triple.
So 1-3 for
Trifecta.
Kitten's Joy today.
Yeah. Okay, any other question? What was that, Jeff?
I said my exacta didn't pay off.
Any other questions either upstairs or here in the room for Stephanie's Kittens connections? It appears not. So Wayne Catalano, Kenneth Ramsey, Stephanie, and Jeff Ramsey, congratulations on a great win, and best of luck. Go ahead, Ken, you have something to add?
I just want to say I'm an old country boy, and growing up we used to watch the Grand Ole Opry, and there was a lady on there called Minnie Pearl, and she used to come on the radio saying, "I'm just so glad to be here." And that's me exactly today. Just so glad to be up here.
Congratulations to all of you. Stephanie's Kitten.